Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and in today's video I want to share with you an interesting game played between two Soviet chess masters. Vladimir Alatortsev is playing against Isaac Boleslavsky. This game is from 1950 USSR Championship. Alatortsev is on the white side and he opened up with d4, to which Boleslavsky answered with knight f6, c4 d6, knight c3 e5. This is the so-called Ukrainian variation of the old Indian defense. Black is okay with the early exchange of queens and moving his king, but White decided not to go for early simplifications and played e4. E takes d4, queen takes d4, knight c6, the queen retreats to d2, so White's intention is to fianchetto the kingside bishop. That's why it's okay to block the dark squared bishop's diagonal. Bishop goes to b2, black castles, bishop d3, knight g4. Black is opening up the dark squared bishop's diagonal. This knight can land on e5 and also f5 is coming. Note that at the moment still white king is in the center of the board. Knight f3, knight g5, bishop e2, takes, knight d4. Since now the threat is knight takes f3, damaging white's kingside pawn structure. White moved back the bishop all the way to d1, and there came f5. So Boleslavsky is playing very aggressively, and White has to be careful. He takes f5, bishop takes f5. Suddenly, yeah, Boleslavsky managed to activate his pieces very quickly, and White is in a difficult situation. Turns out that this bishop d1 was really good, right? It covered the c2 square, and in here White made a mistake, played knight e2. So I'm not sure why not castling. This is the move which comes to mind. Moving away the king from the center as soon as possible, because it's already becoming very dangerous. Instead we have knight e2, and now White will pay a high price for it. Knight takes e2, bishop takes e2, then came bishop takes b2, so knight takes e2 led to simplifications, but even so Black is still pressing hard. There came queen g5, hitting on g2, and you can't castle kingside because of this bishop h3. That's why White was forced to weaken his kingside with g3. King f1 can be an alternative, but again that's a very unpleasant choice. Rook e8, and finally White castled kingside, but yeah, White managed to go for castling only after weakening his light squares. Bishop h3 attacking the rook, and turns out that you can't even move this rook. You know why? Because rook takes f2 can land, and if king takes f2 then checkmate. To bishop h3, that's why White answered with f4, counterattacked black queen, and now what? How to proceed? Ready? Here we go. Instead of thinking about moving his queen, for example, and instead of announcing a check from c5, in that case White can simply play rook f2. Boleslavsky went for a queen sacrifice. Bang! Bishop takes f1. White accepted the queen sacrifice, and there came the rook. Rook takes e2. Queen c3. According to Stockfish, this is losing very quickly, and White could put a tough defense with queen d4. If bishop h3, then queen h4. Otherwise, this bishop can create a mating net around white king. That's why it's good to get rid of it as soon as possible. But even so, after bishop g2, then bishop c6, Black keeps on doing great. You know, White is in a very difficult situation. White king is very vulnerable. Instead we have queen c3, bishop g2, queen d3, bishop f3. Rook g2 is coming now. Rook f1, but anyways, rook g2 check, king h1, bishop c6. Looks like that we can even witness a windmill, right? White went for an exchange of rooks on f8 and then announced a check from f1, but resigned after this check. So at this point already there are no safe squares for this white queen. The queen is going to drop after this covered check, or Even there can be a checkmate. That's why, yeah, queen f1 check and white resigned. A very neat attack and nice finish by Boleslavsky. Hope that you enjoyed the game, and in the end, as usual, a simple chess puzzle where the task is to win with the white pieces. We'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in my next video. Take care.